Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another excited Grizzly Talk Podcast. This is your host, Kennedy Patterson. Of course, we're back here. It's a beautiful Tuesday, the second day of classes. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. I know I am. So we are, live here in the studio. Of course, we've had a lot of things I want to talk about here today. We've got a lot of great announcements, a lot of great things to come about. Of course, the second day of classes. Of course, I officially on campus, and it is, it's very, very exciting to be back, seeing all the students getting ready. And you believe it or not, we actually have some students here on campus in the library getting some studying in already on the second day of classes. Now, it shows that there's a lot of determination for students out there. There's a lot of determination for students who might be juniors and seniors. I know I am a senior. I will be graduating fall of 2020. So excited for that. It is amazing to see the growth of that. Of course, the library here is really, really amazing. Now, before we get on to the announcements, of course, we've got some sponsorships for you. Of course, I want to thank, Flex Living Collection and Glow Cocoa. You guys seen it on our Instagram over at Grizzly Talk Podcast. It's Grizzly_Talk. Of course, my company, K.L.P. Entertainment, did release our K.L.P. e-store. And of course, we have our sponsorships of Flex Living and Glow Cocoa. I want to thank them for coming on board with us to help make this podcast possible here for you guys out there. You guys can shop at glowcocoa.store or Flex Living Collection on the Instagrams. Or you can go to our website. Of course, our main website is on my personal Instagram bio. Click on the e-store, the KLP e-store, to get your shopping done with fitness apparel and glow apparel. You guys can use my code, Kennedy Lucas KLP in all caps, to get discounts and really get those codes and get huge deals with the apparel. So thanks again for those two sponsorships, and also with KLP e-store. Now let's get on to the fun stuff here for the podcast, y'all. It's a beautiful Tuesday, and let me show you what's going on. Of course, Green Light, of course, you can follow their Instagram. It's the GGC Green Light. Their Instagram is at GGC_Greenlight. At the second floor of the student lounge, they had a snow globe. You can customize and make your own snow globe. It's really, really fun. I did see some people there at the event earlier today. And students are really being creative. I saw some very creative snow globes out there, and it's really, really amazing to see that is happening about. I like it when RSOs, they do something like that. It's something very, very special. So I'm super excited to see that. Of course, the GGC Career Center, of course, you can learn about part-time jobs and internships January 8th, 2020. Of course, that is 11 through 2 p.m. in the Student Center. Come as you are. You don't have to be dressed up to this. You don't have to dress a suit and tie. You can come as you are for that. Let's not forget about the Martin Luther King Day of Service, Monday, January 20th. 11 a.m. in the shared lower lobby. Big shout out to Res Life. Pay attention, Res Life. If you're listening to us right now, the Grizzly Talk Podcast right now, we have a good opportunity coming up for you guys later. And this is not just for Res Life, this is for all students. We have something coming up. I can't say what it is yet, but just stay tuned for the Grizzly Talk Podcast, because there is something very exciting that's going to happen soon on campus, and we will be making videos about it. I can't tell you what department it is yet. I can't tell you what it's about yet, but just stay tuned. That's all I can say. Stay tuned for something exciting, because it might even have the 2 Apple earbuds giveaway kind of mentioned into this special event that's going on. So stay tuned. That's all I can say. And of course, it's going to be Grizzly Night, January 10th. Of course, you have the Atlanta Gladiators versus the Jacksonville Icemen, January 10th, Friday. That is Friday. It's going to be in the Infinite Energy Center at 7:30. Of course, that is, I believe, hockey. Very, very exciting to go to a hockey game. Of course, you can come get your tickets. You sign up for the tickets at the GGC Office of Student Involvement. That is located in E 3120 during January 7th through the 10th, 11 through 3 p.m. Individuals require disability-related accommodations to participate in the college-sponsored event should contact Disability Service at disabilityservices@ggc.edu or call the phone number 678-407-5883. Of course, it's hockey. It's a hockey game, and it's going to be very exciting. You get to meet your fellow peers there at the game, and you can really enjoy a good time with that. So I really recommend you guys going out to that for sure, because it really is amazing to see that you can go to these games and really have a fun time. Did see on the Instagram at Outdoor Adventures, that's ggc.oa. They are back in the office getting ready for their spring season. I can't wait to see what they do. If they would love to come back to the podcast, they're more than welcome to come back to the podcast. We did do a podcast show with them before, and I'm so excited, so ready about it, and so excited to see what they go next, what they're going to bring to the table next for Outdoor and Adventures. I do remember they did Wobbly Wednesdays, and I remember they were talking all about it. It really, really is amazing to see that they do their thing out there, and it's really, really cool, and I'm loving it. Of course, Student Government Association, SGA, they welcome back the Grizzlies, of course. You can come by the Student Center Plaza for a free chicken biscuit. That was 9 a.m. Today. The chicken biscuits looked really good. Fortunately, I was not on campus at that time, but it's really, 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 really awesome to see, for sure. And, of course, you can follow GGC on their Facebook account. It's at Georgia Gwinnett. This will be on Facebook. You guys can follow up with them, for sure. I'm excited to see that they're doing, of course, with the Facebook. So please follow them on Facebook to see more news announcements from, of course, the Facebook announcements for sure. Now, let's get on to more of a serious note here. Of course, you guys can sign up for CPR training, sign up spring 2020. GGC students, this is why this is important that everyone knows about CPR, because you never really know what goes around on campus. You never know what's wrong with someone unless you really study them out. That's why this is very important that you guys know about CPR training. I know when I was an RA here on campus, resident assistant on campus, it was a requirement for us to know CPR and get CPR certified, because, we were dealing with a lot of students who were living on campus, and it's important to know CPR because you just never know. You could save someone's life just by knowing the basic skills and the knowledge about CPR. And that's why I said this opportunity is important. They're doing it Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. You can see the sign-up link below to get signed up. It's going to be in the D building in room 1128. Of course, the D building, 1128, that's the room, to gain the confidence and completeness to save a life in an emergency, such as cardiac arrest or life-threatening bleeding. That's why it's important, because you never know on campus. You never know what's going to happen. So it's really important that many students know, because who knows, you could be the hero. You could save somebody's life on campus. That's why it's so important. Make sure whenever you go to a safer place for those that are around you. Of course, the requirements of it: 1, good attitude, and 2, dress comfortable, because you're going to be on the ground. You're going to be training with Buck Buchanan, that's the Director of Emergency Management at GGC. You're going to be training with him, so it's really important that you go out there and you know about it for sure. I can't stress that enough. It really is that important. And another news announcement, of course, they have the free flu shots. They are available to currently registered GGC students. Flu shots is out there. Of course, they're going to be doing it Monday through Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and then Friday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And it's by appointment only. No mist available, injections only, of course, at the Health Services Building 3000. That is one of the Res Life buildings in Suite 3106. That's why that part is important. So we do have something to come up. Of course, Green Scene is around the corner, and I can't wait for it. It's going to be this Thursday. Green Scene is going to be around there. I'm not too sure if Grizzly Talk Podcast will have a table, because I kind of just got the announcement for signups this week. And as many of you guys know, my email has been down, so I don't think GTP will be physically there at the have a table there this year, but there's always next semester. But I do encourage you guys to go out there for Green Scene, because this is a good way to get out there. It's a good way to really see RSOs and different departments out there within GGC that you could be a part of. I did leave a meeting today. I had two meetings. Of course, I met with GGC Athletics, and then I met with Dr. Andrews. Shout out to Dr. Andrews because we're working on the radio station. And I forgot to mention that, I could be the potential president of this radio station. Yes. You guys made this thing possible. You really did make this possible for us. So I'm excited for that. There's so many things I want to do with this radio station, and I just cannot wait until we get started. Of course, the RSO, we're still pending our approval for sure, so I can't say that it's out there and it's ready. Yeah, we're still working on some kinks, we're still working on some paperwork, we're still doing meetings, but to really see the growth of that is really amazing. And that's why this green scene is so important, because you're able to see these RSOs like Grizzly Talk Podcast, Grizzlies on their radio station, GGC Athletics, you're seeing Res Life, you're seeing International Studies, you're seeing Student Fashion Association, you're seeing the Chemistry Club, you're seeing the Psych Club, you're seeing all these different clubs at GGC, and that's why this part is important. This green scene is important because it's starting a new decade, starting a new year. 2020 vision is what we like to say. That's going to be our slogan this whole entire year. That 2020 vision that you could go out there and you could be a part of an RSO on GGC College campus, not necessarily for federal work study or trying to get paid for it, but to really leave a legacy for the RSO. And I'm just so excited for that. I'm excited to see the growth and potential growth for every student to go out there. So I encourage you guys to come on out to Green Scene because it really is important for sure. Really, really so important to see the growth of GGC, where you guys can go out there and be a part of a grand RSO. And that's so important. And you never know. Some of these RSOs might offer internships. Let me tell you how internships are very, very important. There's a lot of students that's out there now. They have internship goals, and they're doing internships right now. If you have the time for the internship, I really recommend it because you never know how far an internship can go. Tell you a quick story, Grizzly fans, that I did an internship with Keller Williams. It was part of GGC, and I went out and I did a video production work with Keller Williams. And, we filmed some good neighborhoods and some good houses, and I was able to get recognized for the internship for that. So, it could go a long way. And Keller Williams Realty is a huge company to work at an internship. It's so huge to work at a big company like that. I met a student today in one of my classes. She said she did a internship with Atlanta United Soccer Club. So, football club, soccer club. So, and that's corporate. That's why it's so important to do internships, because you just never know what company might pick you up for you to do an internship. And I really recommend that for sure. The internship progress. All you have to do is contact Kay Everett. She is director of internships. Her office is located in B Building in the provost, one of the provost's offices, I believe on that second floor. So it's important for the internship. For you students out there, I really do recommend it. For sure, I really do recommend that great internship out there. There's so many internships out there, and I encourage you guys. Now, before we wrap up here on the Grizzly Talk Podcast, the standalone episode, for all of you RSOs that want to be a part of this Grizzly Talk Podcast show, the podcast show in general, every RSO, every department that wants to look out and be on this podcast show, please reach out to us. You can contact us at kpatterson2@ggc.edu. Or you can also contact us at Grizzly_Talk on our Instagram page as well. So that way you guys can get on the podcast show. We would love to have you guys out there to help market your next event, your next staff meeting, your next, celebration, whatever you want to shout out on the podcast and talk about your RSO for this year, this spring season of spring 2020. Contact us. We would love to have you guys in the podcast show as we grow to a radio station here at GGC. So that's going to wrap it up here on the Grizzly Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Kennedy Patterson, and we'll hear you guys in the next podcast.